Once upon a time, there lived a young boy named Benji in a quiet little village surrounded by green hills and whispering bamboo trees. Benji was a thoughtful boy, always full of questions. While other children played by the river, Benji would sit under the old cherry blossom tree and wonder about life. He often asked himself questions like, why do people get angry? What makes someone truly happy? And most of all, how can I find peace inside myself? Benji's mother would smile at him and say, one day, when you're ready, you'll find your answers. But Benji didn't want to wait for one day. He wanted to know now. One sunny morning, Benji overheard two travelers talking in the marketplace. They spoke of a wise old master who lived on the tallest hill near the edge of the village. People said he understood the secrets of the mind and could help anyone find true peace, what many called Zen. Benji's eyes widened with excitement. That's it, he thought. I must go to the master and learn how to find Zen. So, without wasting time, Benji packed a small bag with rice balls, a blanket, and his favorite bamboo flute. Then he began the long climb up the hill. The road was steep and rocky, and the sun was hot on his back. But Benji didn't stop. He kept thinking about what he would ask the master once he arrived. By the time he reached the top, the sky was painted orange by the setting sun. There, surrounded by calm wind and singing birds, stood a small wooden temple. Benji knocked softly on the temple door. Come in, said a gentle voice. Inside sat an old man with kind eyes and a long silver beard. He was sweeping the floor, humming quietly to himself. Benji approached carefully and bowed. Excuse me, sir. Are you the Zen master? Benji asked with wide eyes. The old man smiled. People call me that, yes. And who might you be, young traveler? My name is Benji, he said, bowing politely. I've come to learn how to find Zen. Please, teach me how to find peace and wisdom like you. The master looked at him kindly. Ah, peace and wisdom, he said softly. That's a fine thing to seek, but it takes time. How long? Benji asked eagerly. The master thought for a moment and said, about 10 years. Benji blinked. 10 years? He gasped. But what if I work harder than anyone else? What if I wake up early and train every single day? The master chuckled. Then it will take you 20 years. Benji frowned, confused. That doesn't make sense. If I work harder, shouldn't I learn faster? The old man stopped sweeping, leaned on his broom, and said with a soft smile, if you spend all your time looking at the finish line, you'll forget to see where your feet are stepping. Benji didn't quite understand. I don't get it, master, he said honestly. You will, said the master, but only if you walk the path, not run past it. The next morning, Benji began his training at the temple. He thought the master would teach him special meditation tricks or secret words, but instead, the old man gave him a broom. Your first task, he said, is to sweep the garden. Benji looked around. The garden was huge, filled with trees, stones, and fallen leaves. All of this, Benji asked. All of it, said the master calmly. And remember, do it with care. So Benji began sweeping. He swept from morning till noon, from noon till sunset. But his mind kept wandering. How will sweeping help me find Zen? When will the real lessons start? He grew tired and impatient. That night, when Benji went to see the master, he complained, I didn't learn anything today. I just swept leaves. I came here to find peace, not to be your helper. The master smiled gently and said, Did you notice the sound of the broom on the ground? Benji shook his head. Did you feel the wind touch your face while you worked? Benji thought again. No, I was too busy thinking about finishing. Ah, said the master. That is why you learned nothing. The next day, Benji tried again. This time, he decided to do what the master said. He swept slowly, carefully. He listened to the sound of the broom brushing against the earth. When he finished, he looked around and noticed something amazing. The garden looked beautiful, and his heart felt light. That night, Benji smiled. Master, he said, I think I understand a little. When I stopped rushing to finish, I started to feel peaceful. The old man nodded. Good, Benji. That is the beginning of Zen. Weeks passed, and Benji continued learning. Sometimes he carried water from the stream. Sometimes he meditated under the big oak tree. Other times, he helped cook rice for travelers who visited the temple. One day, the master took Benji to a tall tree at the back of the temple. Its branches stretched high into the sky, and ripe golden fruits hung from the top. "Climb this tree," said the master, "and bring down one fruit." Benji looked up nervously. It was very tall, but he nodded and began to climb. As he climbed, he remembered the master's words. Don't look only at the goal. Watch your steps. He focused on each branch, each movement, and each breath. He felt the rough bark under his hands and heard the chirping birds around him. Finally, he reached the top safely and plucked the fruit. When he came down, the master asked, "Did you enjoy the climb?" Benji smiled. "Yes, master. Every moment of it." "Good," said the master. "That is Zen. Not the fruit in your hand, but the peace you felt while climbing." Years passed. Benji grew taller, wiser, and calmer. His thoughts were no longer full of hurry or worry. One morning, he told the master, "It's time for me to go home. I want to share what I've learned." The master smiled. "Then go, Benji. But remember, the mountain will always be inside you. You don't need to climb again to find peace." Benji bowed deeply and walked down the path he once climbed as a child. But this time he noticed everything. The sound of his footsteps, the chirping of crickets, the smell of wet earth. When he reached his village, his mother was waiting. She hugged him tightly. "You've changed, my son," she said softly. Benji smiled. "I've learned that peace isn't something you find at the end. It's something you build while walking. Also, I learned that when you have one eye on the goal, you only have one eye on your path. Walk your path with both eyes open, and you'll find peace sooner than you think." They're friends. Life is a lot like Benji's climb. If we keep staring only at the top, thinking about how great it will feel to reach it, we might forget to enjoy the climb itself. When we focus too much on the prize, we trip, we worry, and we forget to breathe. But when we enjoy the small steps, the learning, the growing, the trying again, we find peace right where we are. So whatever your goal is, learning, working, or dreaming, don't rush to the end. Enjoy the journey. Celebrate every little step you take. Because sometimes, the real treasure isn't at the top of the hill. It's in every moment you spend climbing it.